That had been lucky, I thought, as I followed Sara out of the clearing and onto the road after the night. I saw her glancing around for a moment, and when the coast was clear, she stepped out onto the trail and continued along the river. I'd never seen a unicorn in action, or even a unicorn at all. To think that I had met the legendary Sara was more than I could ever have wished for. I followed silently behind her, hesitant to disturb her genius mind as it worked out our next plan. Maybe I could become her squire or partner. I could fight for her, and late in the nights, we would make plans to overthrow the queen. Of course, it was too early to broach such a topic. It had probably been too rushed to have asked her earlier, so I decided to wait and prove my worth until she begged me to come with her. She hadn't told me yet where she was going, so I assumed it must be a secret place. I knew she didn't have many allies, but what if that was just a trick, and she was secretly building up an army who was waiting and hiding? I couldn't wait to join it, if that were the case. She stopped, and then took a step towards the river and glanced down the bank. I carefully followed suit, waiting for some surprise finding, but there was nothing there than what you would have expected. She sighed, and then continued down the path. Had she lost someone? Were we looking for her long-lost friend that she would reunite with? But how would that fit into the plan? If the long-lost friend wasn't a warrior, he would step up to her side and vanquish the queen. I was lucky I was fit at least, because she kept walking, only stopping to drink sometimes, and then continued. She hadn't uttered a word since we left the clearance, but a mind such as hers would need peace to come up with her great plans. It was boring though. It had been boring to walk on my own, and lonely, so at least I wasn't alone any longer. But even so, not that I'd had many people to talk to at the champions camp either, but at least there had been people around. But I shouldn't complain. I bet there was a lot of farmers' girls out there who would have died to get the chance to walk next to Sara the unicorn. I even forgot about my family walking next to her. Of course, I still wanted to go back to them, but after having spent the night with Sara, I realized I couldn't miss such a chance to follow her as she overthrew the queen. I would tell it all to my little brother, showing him all the fights we'd been through when I saw him the next time. He would be impressed, I knew. She halted suddenly. "We will take a break," she announced. Even great minds needed to rest, I thought, and I followed her as she stepped into the forest and found a grove to lie down. I sat down next to her, but not as close as I had done yesterday. That had probably been an oversight, and nothing you would do when you were in such a great company as hers. But I'd been tired, and happy to have found a unicorn who could help me. She didn't seem too upset about it, so maybe she hadn't taken offense after all. "We will stay here for the day," she said, and turned to me. So she had the plan, I thought. Were we waiting for someone? Had she found the meeting spot she decided with her secret army? I looked around, but the forest was empty. I guess they wouldn't come this early. Maybe in the evening, I thought. I settled down against a tree and stared out over the path hidden behind the trees. We could see anyone coming from here, but they wouldn't be able to see us. There was a genius place, worthy of someone like Sara. She put her head against the forequarters and closed her eyes. So I guess we were waiting. She hadn't asked me to keep guard, but maybe she was too powerful to need one. I decided to follow suit and made myself comfortable against the tree and closed my eyes. It was impossible to sleep though, I noticed. The journey with her had made me too excited, and then suddenly I remembered Stina. She was still in the champions camp. I hoped she would find a way to escape, or maybe she would be let go of when they realized she wasn't made for the camp. I wondered if I should ask Sara to go and help her, but I wasn't sure if that would interfere with her plans, and I didn't want to disturb her. I opened my eyes and watched the forest. I wondered what my mother, father, and little brother were doing now. Would the queen come for them? I hadn't thought about it when I ran away, but now, when I was safe, I started to wonder. Maybe I should leave Sarah's company after all, to try to find them. But I had no idea where they were, and in what direction my home was. I wasn't even sure how far away it was. I closed my eyes again, but the image of my little brother herding the goats surfaced before them. He must miss me, I thought. Maybe I could at least ask Sara where my village was, and I could travel there myself if I knew the way. But it would be dangerous. I knew how to fight, but even I knew I wouldn't stand a chance against the Queen's soldiers if they found me. I sighed. Maybe I had to stay with Sara for now,